Hey everybody, I made this video to explain the XLOOKUP function in Excel. It's a pretty useful function. I use it a lot at my job, a decent amount, and it helps me a lot. It's pretty simple. It's a lot better than VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is a little complicated to understand, in my opinion, and XLOOKUP is way easier. HLOOKUP, I don't even know what that is or how it works, but I know that XLOOKUP was created to kind of replace both of those. Right here, we have the basic syntax for it. You're going to type in XLOOKUP. You're going to need a lookup value, a lookup array, a return array, an if not found, a match mode, and search mode. You don't need all of them when you do this. You really only need 1, 2, and 3 to have the function do what you need it to do. Now in this example, I've got a table here. It's got employee ID numbers, employee names, and the departments that they work in. And what we would want to have happen here is when we type in an employee ID number here, we want the name to display and the department to display. So the function, the XLOOKUP function, is a really good way to help us return information that we want quickly. So the first thing we're going to do is go equal XLOOKUP parentheses. Now the lookup value is what we type in, which is going to be the employee ID, and it's going to be here. Okay, the lookup array is next. That's the next argument. And now the lookup array is where what we type in, the employee ID number we type in, it's going to search this range to get a match. So if we type in 1002, we want the name to return. And in order to do that, we're going to do comma and get the return array, which is the value that you want displayed in the cell where the XLOOKUP function is placed. This is all we need for now, so we can go ahead and close that. Now nothing's returned yet because we haven't typed anything in. 1002, and we get, boom, Amelia Thompson. Now let's get the department. Equal XLOOKUP. The lookup value is the same. It's this cell right here that we are typing information in. It's going to look in this range that we're selecting and trying to get a match. And once it gets a match, it's going to return the corresponding item in this column, the department. Now, we're going to add an if not found argument, which is going to display what we want in case there is no match. So in this case, we're going to do quotation marks, employee ID not found, another quotation mark. Then you have the match mode. So match mode, 0 gives you an exact match, -1 gives you an exact match or the next smaller item, 1 gives you an exact match with the next larger item, and 2 is a wild card. I've only ever used exact match. That's what we're going to use. I have never had a use for the other ones. The search mode is pretty self-explanatory. If you put a 1, it's going to search from first to last. If you put a -1, it's going to search from last to first to get a match. And I'm guessing that's in case there's duplicates. So whichever one pops up first is going to be returned. Then you have 2 and -2, which are binary searches. We don't need that argument, so I'm going to ignore it. I've never had to use it, so I doubt anybody else will, unless you're doing something extremely advanced. So we type this in. So 1002, yep, Amelia Thompson, finance. That's all correct. Now let's type in an employee ID number that we know does not exist in this table. Let's type in 5. Boom. Now we're returning employee ID not found. And you can see here we're getting an error message because we do not have an if not found argument in here. But you can add one pretty quickly. ID not found. And then you can add a match mode, which is 0. You don't need to add the match mode because if you don't, Excel automatically defaults to 0 anyways. So, boom, employee not found. Now let's say we type in 1073. We get Mason Martin customer service. 1073 Mason Martin customer service. And that's pretty much what the XLOOKUP function is. I have another example here. So let's say you have a list of, I don't know, all your company's AP invoices, and you get an email from one of your vendors saying, we have all these invoices, do you have them in your system? Now, this is an example that I use in my actual job. So I would have a list of our invoices from all companies, and then I would enter in the information that I would get from the vendor. In this case, it's Tech World. So I would do XLOOKUP. The lookup value is going to be the invoice number. The lookup array is going to be the invoice number in here. The return array, I'll have it return, I guess, the amount, just to see if they match. If not found, I'll say we do not have this invoice. And then the match mode, I want an exact match. Again, it'll default to exact match, so you don't have to enter 0, but I do just because. And Excel automatically copied this down. So here you can see that we have all these invoices, but we do not have these ones. And XLOOKUP gave us a way to find this out pretty quickly. So yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know and I can help you out with whatever you need. Thank you. Bye.